No gunshots, but they getting low, 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 low.
Und herzlich willkommen. Das war natürlich nur ein geiler Effekt, Bildeffekt, nicht Soundeffekt. Mein Handy. Einmal ganz kurz die Szene bearbeiten, Moment. So, wir spielen ein Horrorspiel namens Serena. Das soll eine unglaublich gute Story haben. Und das werden wir uns jetzt mal antun. Das ist im Horrorgenre.
Sometimes, when I make a great effort, I can remember her scent, the sweetness of her breath. Serena.
Ich mache mir jetzt aber trotzdem ein Ferienhütte, weil es ist hauptsächlich Story-based, deswegen. Es wird viel erzählt, deswegen werde ich auch nicht viel reden. Aber ich wollte es trotzdem gerne mit euch teilen. Und wie gesagt, es ist ein Horrorgenre, deswegen ich weiß nicht, wie sehr das wirklich im Horrorstil gemacht ist.
Her photo is right there. Maybe I could have another look. Serena, why can't I see you more clearly? Why can't I even remember? This was taken on that crisp winter night at our mutual friend's hunting lodge. We came back indoors, laughing, giddy as teenagers. It was truly like an enchanted time, like we were in a magic circle where no sorrow or pain could touch us. My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important. The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. Different world back then. The furniture came with the cabin. Considering how off the beaten path this place is, that helped make up our mind.
Ich hoffe, alle, die das Video schauen, verstehen Englisch. Ich kann jetzt aber, es soll ein sehr langes Spiel sein, deswegen kann ich leider nicht jeden Storyteil, der jetzt hier geschrieben und erzählt wird, übersetzen. Deswegen läuft das einfach auf Englisch.
Sometimes she would brush her leg against mine under the table when we were eating. Curious, sensual thrill. The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. I just don't know anymore. Our dining table, quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece. The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions. And there were many more to come. Our dining table, quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Serena enjoyed spice in our life. I preferred it more bland. We were so different on some points.
Would you pass me the pepper? You know, you should use it too. It's good for the pressure.
I can't help these random associations. It's always been that way. I look at a pepper shaker and think of a Beatles song. It's just a pepper shaker, really. We got this set from that clearance sale, however long ago that was, yet we never needed to refill it. I didn't notice this before. It reads, "Contents imported from Ceylon." How old is this stuff? It's just a pepper shaker, really.
You always put too much salt in, dear. Think about your pressure.
She always worried about my diet. I used to think she did it to annoy me, but now... Yep, guilty as charged. I love salt. It emphasizes the taste a lot, and those crispy snacks. It's not the healthier type. Just regular table salt. I always planned to switch to mineral or sea salt, but then I always ended up buying the regular stuff. Doctors, they always overreact. I must be even more exhausted than I realize. Here I am staring at a salt shaker, my thoughts a million miles away. It's not the healthier type, just regular table salt.
Okay.
Sharing meals with a good red wine was one of the great pleasures in our relationship, especially in the intimacy of this cabin. We had such a wonderful time dining in this cabin. Serena loved to experiment with her cooking. Truth be told, not all the cooking she did was a resounding success. We agreed to never attempt doing ravioli again. I should probably eat. Can't remember the last time I ate. Yet I don't feel hungry.
Das hört sich an.
You silly dolt. Here, give me that. Don't be such a child.
I think it dates from the colonial era, probably brought over by the Pilgrims. It belongs in a museum.
This belongs in a museum. Hearthstone-Kenner wissen, was ich meine.
An archaeologist could excavate the layers of food forever welded onto this and learn about the days when other beings ruled the earth.
Alles klar.
I think it dates from the colonial era, probably brought over by the Pilgrims. It belongs in a museum.
Ja, das hört man schon. Oh Gott. Wanderrabatt. Da.
So much wisdom and happiness in this bookcase. My life would have been much poorer without all this. The smell of old books is intoxicating.
Muss ich
What
sagen.
happens to wood pulp as it ages gives it that distinctive vanilla smell.
Das ist wirklich ein unglaublich toller Geruch von alten Büchern.
I loved
Yes,
it when we
ma'am.
took down one of my favorites and curled up on the bed to read together as the wind howled outside on cold winter nights. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. A lot of rarities and special editions here. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No, of course not. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too.
Das ist ein anderes. Tom King. Ins links. The Great Underground Empire. Okay.
A lot of rarities and
Okay,
special
that's nice.
editions here. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No. So many afternoons spent in this armchair.
Come sit with me. I want to talk. And cuddle.
What did we talk about? Damn this fallible memory of mine. The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of course.
Da habe ich gerade was im Auge.
I can imagine her cuddling up to me even now, putting her hand under my shirt.
Oh.
Of course, we made love here, too. There was no place in the cabin we didn't before things deteriorated. The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of course.
See where this is going. Was ist das? What the fuck ist das?
I can imagine her cuddling up to me even now, putting her hand under my shirt. This window never got much attention. Then again, the view isn't nearly as spectacular. priority. I guess it's covered with grease and grime from cooking, mostly.
Da ist doch der...
There's probably nothing out there that I want to see, anyway. All the stuff I care about is inside. Well, except for Serena. I can make out nothing through this window. There was a time, long ago, that all this disrepair felt oddly homey. All the windows are drafty, but like everything else, we just got used to it. We liked it, even. I can make out nothing through this window.
Was ist das?
This one wobbles. I always meant to do something about that, but somehow never got around to it. This used to be her favorite spot. She used to sit here, put her legs on the table, lean back, and just give me one of her smiles. Those effervescent, incandescent smiles. Once we dragged these chairs out to the lake and scrubbed off all the dust and grime of years. That was a long time ago. For all the charm of furniture like this, something about it reminds me of Ingmar Bergman. Sort of brooding.
Hier ist Ingmar Bergman.
One of a matching pair, obviously. There was a piece of gum stuck to the underside of this chair back when we bought this place. We just left it there. For all the charm of furniture like this, something about it reminds me of Ingmar Bergman. Sort of brooding. No, I don't want to leave right now. There's still something for me in here. I better stay in case Serena comes back. There's always a chance she might return. There's nothing for me out there.
Oh,
This door has been creaking for years. One of the many things I promised I would fix. I have this gut feeling that I shouldn't leave just yet. There's nothing for me out there. Come, love, with peace in your heart, said Niamh of the ice-blue eyes. Blue eyes. It's based on an Irish folktale. Warrior poet O'Sheen goes to Tirnanog, a Celtic otherworld known as the Land of Youth and Promise.
ich glaube, wir müssen im Prinzip das Bild von ihr wieder zurückbringen in seinem Kopf.
Niamh is of the Fey folk, the fair ones, fairies. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, some lines jump out at you. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Maybe because that's so like life. My grandma introduced me to these old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she could still remember of her childhood in the old country. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, some lines jump out at you. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Maybe because that's so like life. Something draws me to this trunk. Is it the memories locked within? Or something else? We use this trunk to store trinkets and papers, but I can't help thinking there's something of importance inside.
Lass mich das aufmachen und nachgucken.
It's too painful. I want to, but not yet. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years. Big enough for a lifetime of mementos. We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here. But this would have been a good place to keep one, since it can be locked. We found this trunk at a flea market, big enough for a lifetime of mementos.
Jo.
She made this with her own hands. She was really good.
Sie war also gut mit ihren Händen.
Look what I made, hun, in case we ever need to sweep something under the carpet. See the pattern of yellow squares? It's from this rug I remembered from my nursery. I must have been like 3 or 4, but it always stuck with me.
And no trap door under there, just more creaky floor. I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up.
The rug's all crooked again. Can you help me straighten it out?
And no trap door under there, just more creaky floor. Our refuge from the world. A place of warmth and passion. Sometimes we joked we needed to be so far out in the woods because that's how our sex life was. Far out. The furniture came with the cabin, but the bedclothes we brought with us. A place like this needs some luxury, but without her, there are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head. I feel too restless to sleep right now. I don't sleep well without Serena next to me. Both a blessing and a curse, I suppose. There are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head. Quite a large armoire for our admittedly Spartan needs. She uses most of it. We all have our skeletons in the closet, but not Serena. She was perfect. I'm not sure why, but I don't feel like opening it. The sole thought of it drains what little energy I have left in me.
Ich glaube, jetzt nach der Aussage spätestens wirklich, dass er seine Frau sucht, mit der er verheiratet war, als er noch am Leben war. Ich habe das Gefühl, der ist gestorben.
Maybe later. There's nothing of interest inside the closet anyway. I'm a casual dresser. No need to change clothes right
Ja,
now.
wir sind ja nicht in GTA, in der wo du auf den Schrank klickst und das macht. Oh,
Don't think Serena would approve of me making an even bigger mess of the clothes in here.
News.
She used to keep magazines, paperback novels, usual stuff on these nightstands when we were staying here.
Good night, love.
For some reason, light bulbs wouldn't last long in this lamp. I never looked into it. 2 days, 3 days tops, and bam, a brand new light bulb would burn out.
Das hört sich wichtig
Whenever
an.
her lamp didn't work, Serena would come by my side to read. A few moments later, she would lay her head down on my chest and fall asleep. She would always bring her reading material like I did. Why are these nightstands so empty? Dust everywhere. The only reason this lampshade gathered less dust than the other one was that we had to keep putting new bulbs in this one. Because of a wiring problem or whatever, this one always starts smelling sharply of metal after being on for a while.
Diese Uhr, ne?
She is fairly religious. Not me. I'm the cold and cynical bastard. But I don't remember that ever being an issue between us. She always thought our relationship was a blessing. God, how I miss her. No longer the cynical asshole, I guess. Her faith came as a surprise to me. She was never prudish about sex, so I just didn't expect it. I guess people simply aren't that predictable. No, I don't want to read right now. Especially not a Bible.
Nur zur Info, ich habe gerade mal meinen zweiten Bildschirm, wo die Aufnahme darüber läuft, ausgemacht. Weil mir, wie gesagt, ich habe das im Horrorgenre gesucht. Und ich hoffe mal, da kommt noch irgendwas Horrormäßiges. Und damit es hier ein bisschen dunkler ist, ne? Ich hoffe, man erkennt mich noch. Ich kann es natürlich jetzt nicht sehen.
I have no need for the words in there. I don't feel like being admonished by a deity right now. No, I don't want to read right now. Especially not a Bible. She adored all things of nature. I remember her long walks out in the woods. Curiously, we never brought many plants inside the cabin. We were surrounded by so many outside, I guess we were saturated by them. At least I was. Maybe I should have let her bring some plants inside. She liked them a lot. A plant is a plant. Beautiful to some, boring to others. They say these things are alive. If they are, it must be a horrible existence, confined in their own silent, dark world. We have much more interesting things than this plant inside the cabin, like my books. I feel too restless to sleep right now. I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up. The clock is a trophy from our flea market adventures. Chalk this particular purchase up to every cabin needs one. The ticking begins to feel homey after a while. The first night was a nightmare, though.
Ich glaube auch.
Time never mattered much to us while we were hiding from the rest of the world here, as long as we were together and happy. The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out of sync. Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync again. No trusting this clock. I wonder what time it is. As if it mattered. The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out of sync. Unlike its sibling, this lamp would last for months. We brought the lamps with us when we got this place all those years ago. They were from a garage sale. The sun is streaming through the window. No reason to turn this on. All these metaphors and similes in my head. Light of my life. Make light. Wait, that's another kind of light. A lamp is a lamp, but to a writer, every mundane item triggers connections, and that leads to more. It seemed like neither of us could bother to properly wipe the lampshades. All these metaphors and similes in my head. Light of my life. Make light. Wait, that's another kind of light. She was special. Contradictory. She didn't mind these. Actually, I think she was into them too.
That looks interesting. We can always try it.
I read it for the articles, of course. Like that one by the guy. That one about the thing.
I read it for the article. About the guy. Nee, with the guy. About that thing. Mensch, den ich nicht kenne, 2015.
I needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time to time. It's some way through the woods. Something good left in this world. They still make covers like this. Erotic, not obscene. She's beautiful, but what's her obsession with dolphins?
Dolphins?
I needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time to time. It's some way through the woods. Something good left in this world. They still make covers like this. Erotic, not obscene. It's a beautiful day, though there's an unnatural calm surrounding the area. I've always loved the hazy afternoon shades of this place. It's deep into summer, so there's a few hours left until it gets dark. The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us. There's a crack in this window from a tantrum she threw some time ago. It wasn't the only thing she threw. Not exactly perfect soundproofing. The sunlight can be confusing, oppressive, as if pregnant with some ill omen. Or is the stress finally catching up with me? The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us. Comme une évidence, Serena's favorite perfume. I've always told Serena that she doesn't need to wear perfume. Her presence is magical enough already. It smells so elegant. There's violet leaf and silk tree blossom, I think. This perfume is perfect for Serena. Why didn't I ever notice? We were happy for a long time, at least I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing, even this. I keep looking at her things, remembering all the good and bad. Depends on how you look at it. Either a wonderful sensory stimulant and aphrodisiac, or a subtle weapon in the mating rituals of Homo sapiens. We were happy for a long time, at least I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing, even this. These keys are for the cabin and the car. If the keys are here, does she have her spare? I should probably stay here in case she doesn't. Did she even have her own spare? We also have a key for the outhouse, but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than under that rock next to the thing. No one comes here anyway. We did have a night prowler once who left a mark inside the outhouse, but we rarely lock it anyway. I never noticed it before, but there's some rust on the ring. Should get a new one. We also have a key for the outhouse, but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than under that rock next to the thing. No one comes here anyway.
Was ist das? Wieso ist da ein Tentakel? Waiting for a son.
We did have a night prowler once who left a mark inside the outhouse, but we rarely lock it anyway. They prevent my blood pressure from skyrocketing. Doctor's orders. And Serena's. I'm generally not fond of taking medication. I find it hard to believe ingesting a few chemicals will do me much good in the long run.
Don't forget your pill, hun. I know you'd rather not, but you know it's for the best.
Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure. I'm only supposed to take these before meals. Not a big fan of them. They do tend to alleviate my headaches, though. Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure. There's a strand of blonde hair in the comb. Yes, blonde hair like sun rays. I'm remembering.
Ich glaube...
What's wrong with my memory? Did I have a stroke?
Das hat sich nicht schön angehört.
She also had a brush, but I can't see it anywhere, nor some of her other personal items. It's just a regular comb bought from a supermarket, new enough to still have all its teeth.
Wenn auf einmal diese helle Stimme kommt von der Frau, ne?
Hers. I used it too when shaving.
Dearest, how do I say any of this? I like your way with words, but if I don't write this, I don't know what I'll do. My life feels so unreal now, dreamlike, but wonderfully so. Let me try, even if clumsily. The hours I spent with you when we last met are precious to me. I was so lost such a short time ago. Everything seemed drained of color and feeling. I think we were meant to find each other, to bring meaning to our lives again, make sense of the confusion shrouding both of us. When we stepped into the crystal silence of the snowy woods, away from the chatter of the guests, all nature seemed expectant, as if holding its breath, witnessing a rare moment of something infinitely better than what life in the ordinary run of things has to offer. Do you remember how the light crust of the snow glittered in the reflected light of the country house? How the copse of trees in which we walked was haloed with a magical aura? I felt the chill of the night air, and you opened your coat and enfolded me in your arms, and we hugged tight, sharing the warmth, sharing the only thing any of us have to share on this earth when you think about it. And then you toppled us on the snow, you devil. We laughed and rolled around, my head already spinning from the wine and crisp pure night air and the stillness all around. We lay back and I gasped when I realized what I was seeing. The luminous starscape, like a vast velvet cloth sprinkled with powdered sugar, like it can only be seen in the countryside. I had tears in my eyes when I turned to you and we kissed, and it felt like the only moment in all of time, or outside time, and ours was the only spark that could ignite the universe. You gave me these moments. You complete me in ways I never knew to dream of. Let me be the one who makes sense of the confusion whenever you feel lost again. We can make our own world against the rest of the world if need be. Together we can silence all the demons, heal all the wounds. I love you. In eternity yours, Serena.
Wow. Ich muss ja dazu sagen, dass es sehr detailliert beschrieben ist. Das finde ich richtig cool.
It's been so long since I said her name out loud. I think that's the moment I fell in love with her, when she told me the soothing sound of her name.
So glad to meet you. My name is Serena.
Boah, dieses Quietschen.
My heart is racing. I can't help but feel there is something I have to do.
Alter. Wow.
Where is she?
Jetzt fängt jemand an zu schreien. Ah. Look look at her.
My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important.
Kurze Info, da hat draußen gerade irgendeiner sehr Radau gemacht und ich habe mich extrem erschrocken.
The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then.
Und jetzt? Was ist los? Okay. Wie ist das, Mucke?
All those moments we sat at this table, laughing, smiling, simply looking in each other's eyes.
Das ist nur Text.
Will we have them again someday? This table has seen many happy times. The meals we shared, or when we just used to stay up late with a bottle of wine and talk. Oh, how we talked. I sure hope she comes back soon. We can sit down and discuss our problems, like we always did. We could always work things out. I could tell plenty of stories about this table.
Is it my imagination, or are you using even more these days?
She had a point. I am on medication for blood pressure, after all. I'm determined to make a change when she comes back. Yes, no more indulgences. I always planned to switch to mineral or sea salt. Lonely Hearts Club Band. Pig and Pepper. Alice in Wonderland. All these associations, links, plays on words. My head is full of them, and it never stops.
Ach du Scheiße. Ich will ja nicht sagen, ich mache jetzt ein Bildschirm wieder an. Das war gerade ein bisschen creepy. Fängt auf einmal an zu heulen, auf jeden Fall nicht, ne.
The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions. And there were many more to come.
Da. Das hier ist nichts. Schön. Gut.
I didn't cook much for her. Always so worried about my stuff. Damn. I can't even remember what her favorite meal was.
Look, I said I would do it. Will you just sit down over there? I'll make you something we can both enjoy eating.
An archaeologist could excavate the layers of food forever welded onto this. Someone said, work and love are the only things that ever really happened to us. Was it Freud or Marilyn Monroe? Did I let my work destroy my love? Writing was so all-consuming for me, yet I made so little headway in all this time. It all seems so meaningless now, drained of everything that made it worth reading in the first place. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too.
Ich glaube, jetzt kommt langsam der Creep-Part aus der Story raus.
Come sit with me. I want to talk. There's something I have to tell you.
Das heißt niemals etwas Gutes.
I have been trying, and believe me, I've been trying so hard.
Das heißt auch nichts Gutes.
I almost have it. What was she trying to tell me? Of course, we made love here, too.
Ja, das hatten wir schon.
There was no place in the cabin we didn't before things deteriorated.
Das...
When did we let this window get so gunked up? There didn't seem to be much reason to keep it clean. Just overgrown bushes outside, brambles and thistles. I should clean the cabin. As a surprise, perhaps. No. Better wait until she gets back. There was a time long ago that all this disrepair felt oddly homey. I kept saying I'd paint these chairs, add some color to this place. One more thing I never got around to.
Was passiert hier gerade?
I feel like throwing this chair through the window. But that would just make me even angrier. Her favorite chair, huh? I should just smash this thing to pieces.
What the fuck?
It's wobbly and off balance, just like she was. Especially that night.
What the fuck? Ich kann selber, dass hier gerade dunkel.
All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship,
Ist das ein
they're all
Blut da?
lies.
Hilf mir ein.
I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
Nee, hier wird's dunkler.
A part of me still thinks you'll forgive me and come back. But I've lost all hope now.
Alter.
Do I deserve to be forgiven? What about all the things she did and all the things she said?
Words and dreams may be enough for you, but you know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon because I've had enough.
I torture myself trying to remember. I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Changeable man, insolent wretch. Sounds like Serena, all right. Her father's realm. She was a daughter of the Celtic sea god Mann. What was it? Makler? Scholars say Niamh's divine father, Mannanan, was of an elder race even more ancient than the Tuatha Danann. Why torture myself trying to remember? It's just a bunch of schmaltzy junk.
Schmaltzy junk?
Her jewelry box. What is it doing here?
I sit here on the train, taking me to my final farewell to the ones who brought me to this world. I see the smiling couples on their way to new adventures and think, that used to be us. We had joy and laughter and friends once, but a memory is not the thing itself. You're very good at letting things you don't want to face slip off you. You continue as if nothing has changed, lost in your own lifeless world. Words and dreams may be enough for you. You know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon. I question how I once saw things. How much of what I thought we had were my own feelings, and how much of your manipulation, because you are so very good with words, aren't you? You knew how to use them when we met, and for the longest time, I went along with the romantic whirl you conjured up around our shabby, isolated existence. Oh, it took me long enough to see it for what it was. And there were these moments that you swept me off on foolish flights of fancy, when I threw myself into your fantasies. You wove your spell, plying me with your magic and with wine in equal measure, and I was taken in like the lost little girl I was. Do you realize all the pain you've caused me? They say if you have to ask whether someone loves you, you already know the answer. Protestations to the contrary can no more convince me any more than I can make my own mother or father draw breath again. Your aloofness tells a different story. I no longer know what you're thinking. With my parents gone and with your refusal to even accompany me in my time of need, something broke. Or maybe it happened long ago, but I never saw it so clearly before, even after everything. I don't make you feel comfortable? Really? That's all you have to say? I won't waste any more life waiting for things that'll never come. Of course, that's what you expect me to do. Play the good wife so no one will laugh at you for being the failure you are, to shield you from the truth of your existence. Lost in your books and vapid verse, blithely drifting into the mists of time, as if not even a footnote when you could be raking at it if you'd only used your words for anything other than personal indulgence. You talked and talked about your path, the winter blueness of my eyes, all that nonsense. And the years rolled by, the seasons came and went, on and on, you pursuing your dreams that will never be, lost in your damned words, looking for clues you'll never find. I'm sure you're doing it even now with your rotting books. You took the best years of my life and gave only empty words in return. We've gone as far as we can, and something's got to give. S.
What the fuck?
Is this where she kept her secrets? I should take a look inside. Where to put it? A shrine to naivety. I don't see anything else of value.
Kann man das auf den Tisch?
Sit down, we need to talk.
When did it go so wrong? This was supposed to be a... We weren't supposed to fight here.
Einer wird das hier echt dunkler.
Guess I could have thanked that heartless slut at least once whenever she covered up her body.
Bitte was?
No, this isn't like me. I must calm down. If anyone is to be blamed, that's me. This ugly old thing makes me feel sick. I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much. I tried to flush these a long time ago, but someone noticed, as if she cared about my impotent life. High blood pressure? What a load of bull. I've never felt better in my life.
I'm sick and tired of having to pamper you like a baby. Fine, I hope you have a great, lonely time at the hospital.
All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. She once told me how I supposedly used words to fool her somehow, but what did she think this stuff was? Natural? How was I supposed to react when she used this anyway? She knew I loved her. It's not like we have to say it over and over again. The smell of this disgusts me. So many lies, so much deceit. She probably left it here just to spite me.
Where are you going? Oh, that's rich. Just run away.
I just needed to blow off steam, to be somewhere else, just for a while. But I can't even remember what we argued about, unless she was the one who left. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. How could I have been so blind? Her vanity, always fixing her hair before bed, doting on her hair like a child. But I'm being unfair. Would I have wanted her to be some frump? I'm too angry to even care. All she cared about was herself all along. Her needs, her feelings. That's all that ever mattered to her. What about mine?
Da fuck, die hat's noch nicht
Why torture myself trying to remember? I can't... She never descended to criticizing my looks, though. Even when we fought, even when my hairline started going. But it was a sore point for me. My thoughts are all over the place. Get it together, damn it.
Dearest, how do I say any of this? I like your way with words, but if I don't write this, I don't know what I'll do. My life, and then you toppled us on this.
Das hatten wir schon.
That incessant noise! I should smash this useless antique to pieces right now! It can't keep the time for 5 minutes straight. Chimes completely at random and never stops making that infernal noise. But hey, guess who thought it was so cute? This thing has caused me more sleepless nights than I care to remember. No wonder I'm going crazy. I'm too upset to even think straight.
Why must I always be the one to fill the damn pitcher?
When did the place get so out of hand? I hate dust, and so did she, but here's a whole freaking cake of it. If I kicked the nightstand, the dust would billow up and swallow me like a desert storm. I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I couldn't care less about the damn thing now. Maybe I should have a look at the contact pages. Her and her damn spice. Wow, two can play at that. Serena thought she was so special. Always trying to make our sex life edgy and exciting. Now I can see she was just afraid of admitting how bland and boring she really was. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember? The stains on this bed suddenly make me mad. Angry even. Why must life always end up so sordid and hateful? I'm not crawling in there. I'm too riled up for that, and it's just not dark enough anyway. I'm too upset to even think straight. All the real color faded from it long ago. It must be full of dust mites. I should burn it. I told her the rug was fine work, like I know anything about handicrafts. But it's what the Empress wanted to hear, wasn't it? I hate her so much. It's finally sinking in. She's not coming back. Nothing in this cabin will ever change again unless it's by my hand. It's just a book. What good will reading a fairy tale do me? God has never been there for me when I needed comfort. Why would he want to go out of his mysterious ways to help me now? All of these pathetic, stupid, feeble-minded woman with her silly menial things. It was she who didn't deserve me. I wouldn't waste my intellect on this sublunary distraction. She probably cared more for this plant than she cared for me. I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
We don't have any more light bulbs.
How could I be so inconsiderate? Did this stupid lamp destroy my marriage? I will fix it. In case she comes back. I haven't got any bulbs on me, and I didn't bring any tools. Wait, what am I thinking? Why am I worrying about a stupid lamp? Why torture myself trying to remember? I should tear all her filthy, disease-ridden clothes apart and burn them. Everything she wore, just to lure me in. Not even these violent impulses give me the strength I need to open the armoire. What is wrong with me? I'm too upset to even think straight.
Okay. Ich habe jetzt alles durchgeguckt, das heißt, jetzt heißt es wieder hinsetzen. Es ist echt dunkler geworden. Ich will das Bild nicht angucken. Ich will das Bild nicht angucken. Sie guckt böse. Hat sie eben schon böse geguckt? Hat sie eben schon böse geguckt?
She's angry now. Part of me realizes I should be more shocked by this, but for some reason, I just feel numb, beyond it. She was lying to me and manipulating me all the time. Why did I let her do that?
Das hat mit Entscheidung von einem selbst zu tun hat, ob man manipuliert wird oder nicht. Kleine Sekunde. Ich lasse das schon mal alles ein bisschen weiterlaufen währenddessen.
I'm the one who should have been scowling. She played me like a harp and made me look like a complete idiot. I hate her so much.
Hör auf, das zu sagen, ohne Scheiß. Das ist ganz genau, wenn ich jetzt hier das Bild hinlege, geht das genau wie gleich, wie eben weiter. Mit so eine creepy Musik. Eine Sekunde. Ich habe irgendwie das Bedürfnis, irgendwas Schönes zu singen. Ich krieg jetzt richtig Panik. Ich hasse es, wenn in so dunkel gemachten Spielen so Horrormucke angeht. Oh gut, wir schaffen es.
I want to know what's inside this thing. I just need to set it down somewhere where I can sit down and open it.
Ah,
Her wedding ring or mine? But what is it doing here?
oh nein.
Oh, please, no. It's hers. I can't believe she would just leave it here. Where the hell is she? No. It can't be
Das ist jetzt
true.
nicht schön.
No. No, I didn't do it. I need to wake up from this nightmare. All of this, these pathetic... I remember how happy these made her. She smiled. That wonderful smile. I must have gifted these to make amends or something. Or did I? Did I ever gift her anything? She loved her trinkets more than she loved me. Right? I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember?
You just don't get it, do you? You never do.
I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much.
Yes, go ahead and empty the whole salt shaker on your meal. I hope you choke.
She was always yammering about the salt, feigning concern about my blood pressure. Should have emptied this into her lying throat till she vomited.
Yo!
If she were here, I'd rub salt into her wounds, all right, just like she's
No.
rubbed salt into mine.
Yo! Was ist los mit dem?
All of this, these... Truth is, I could have used this spice to get some of her abominations down my throat. She never had any sense for balancing a meal. It was either spicy hot or cringeworthy bland. I was used to much better fare before my family fell on hard times. Almost empty. So typical of you, Serena. Not one limit. I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
Was ist mit diesem Wein hier auf sich?
She actually threw this at me once. She could have killed me. That's how the bedroom window got that crack.
Here's your stupid omelet.
Heavy damn thing. Cast iron. Why torture myself trying to remember? I want to hurl the whole damn lot into the lake. Or just tear at the pages until the wind sweeps them away. Some of these started to mildew long ago. Nothing gold can stay. Frost. Oh, those words. Those damn words. My whole life's been consumed by them. Now I have none left to say. I'm too upset to even think straight. This armchair. This is where we had that talk. That
Oh, jetzt,
damn...
jetzt kommt's.
I've been trying so hard, but we lost something along the way. Did you get my letter? Will you just listen to me for once? God, you're always... Wait, where are you going? Don't walk away from me.
I hate her so much.
Wird das hier düsterer?
All of this, these pathetic souvenirs. It's like looking into my own soul right now. Did I see shadows move? No. just my imagination. It's like the whole world is against me. Even my mind is playing tricks on me. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember? I'm too upset to even think straight.
Nur dran. Hör auf, das Geräusch zu machen, ne? Boah. Ich hasse es, wenn es so quietscht irgendwo.
I hate her so much.
Was gibt's hier noch zu machen? Was ist das?
You realize how stupid this was? You had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But you couldn't help your damn self. We can't risk moving it now. The bulldozers are coming any minute.
Sorry, it's all covered. We spent much time here.
I'm simply tired after all this time.
Sorry, we'll do it.
It's been months.
Ich will das nicht.
Fine. Give me the
My God. What is this? It can't. It isn't. How did it happen? I can't remember. It's already rotten beyond recognition. But how much time has passed? It's dry and withered. A body takes at least weeks to... I can't even remember how I did it. Maybe I didn't. Do I have brain damage? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
Holy shit.
Please, let me wake up. In that sleep of death, what dreams may come.
But you couldn't help your damn self. You can't risk moving it now. The bulldozers are coming any minute.
Those noises sound like more than one person. Who can it be? Are they coming for me? There's something about those voices. I must know. The window.
Junge!
Do you realize how stupid this was? We had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But no, you couldn't help your damn self. We can't risk moving it now. The bulldozers are coming any minute.
Fire will do it.
Do you think they will buy it after all this time? It's been months since you...
Don't worry. It's all covered. He spent much time here.
Fine. Give me the kerosene.
Willst du mich verarschen? Willst du mich verarschen?
Oh shit. We forgot your... Fuck. It was so stupid to leave it. Why did you do that?
Can you calm down? I couldn't bear to wear it any longer. It's in a safe place. We'll pick it from the ashes.
No, not like this. Please. No.
Ein bisschen leiser. Was kommt da noch was? Aber mal kurz. Wow. Wow. Also, ich muss jetzt ja mal ganz ehrlich sagen, das Ende heftig. Das hat mir jetzt echt mehr das gegeben. Also ist jetzt nicht so ein Spiel mit Jumpscares oder so, aber gute Story. Serena. Sehr schöne Story. Wow. Heftig. Ich hoffe, ihr habt das Ende auch verstanden. Alter, mein Kopf. Junge, ich hoffe, ihr habt das Ende verstanden. Wenn es, oh Gott, das Ende, das macht mich gerade kaputt. Wenn euch das Video gefallen hat, dann lasst doch gerne einen Daumen nach oben. Lasst einen Daumen nach oben. Falls nicht, natürlich Daumen runter. Abonniert, falls ihr meine Videos mögt. Und schreibt mir noch mal in die Kommentare, was ihr davon haltet, wenn ich so ein Horrorspiel jetzt so einmal die Woche oder einmal im Monat so machen würde. Vielleicht dann auch mal eins, was mehr Horror als so Storyteil ist. Da hat sich das Spiel gerade geschlossen. Ja, schreibt mir das doch gerne mal in die Comments. Auf jeden Fall danke ich euch fürs Zuschauen. Ich fand die Story heftig. Ich fand es aber auch eine gute Story, muss ich ganz ehrlich sagen. Es ist ein gutes Spiel. Also, es ist wie als hätte ich jetzt ein Buch gelesen. Es hat mir auch diese Gänsehaut wie in einem Buch gegeben, muss ich ganz ehrlich sagen. Ja, wie gesagt, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Tschüss mit Öl. Wiedersehen.